248 200? Seriously? I mean, how are 200 of you deciding you want to go to Jahannam? Tell me. You just tell me. আপনারা যদি একটু confused why I am losing my spaghetti over the liking of my previous video, then inshallah আপনারা আমার previous videoটা একটু গিয়া দেখিলাওকা and it will explain to you exactly what I'm on about. Legit, my bad though. I know a lot of you are like, do we like this video? Do we dislike this video? On the bright side though, at least when that pagan shaitan's let back out after Eid, he's gonna see that video and be like, what the
elevate. Only obligation is 5 a day. Me and all my brothers found a better way.
Assalamu alaikum my GUSHTI, and welcome back to the last and final episode of SMASHDawah. It has been a really interesting experience creating these videos, man, because I genuinely feel like comparing it to every other type of content that I've created for this channel, these videos have genuinely benefited me internally the most. And I just want to thank you guys, because if it wasn't for you guys, I probably wouldn't have had the same motivation to try and create something like this and undergo this experience. I probably would have, you know, made it like any other Ramadan for myself and just done ibadah in my own way. But this whole experience has helped me get closer to Allah in my own way. And it's just been really, really cool, man. Like, it's helped me make this Ramadan so different and so special compared to all the other Ramadans. In terms of research and just different things that I've been doing as a result of these videos. So I just want to thank you guys so much for making my Ramadan so special. You know what I'm saying? And for those of you that have watched this series, I'm really glad that some of you found value in it too. I read every single comment from you guys, and it's just been really cool to see that on this series in particular, there have been some really heartwarming comments and ones that have just stood out to me and hit me differently, because it shows you guys have been undergoing this journey with me of trying to get closer to Allah in your own ways this Ramadan, and inshallah may we all be rewarded for that. And as for the people that haven't been doing that and watching these videos, well, the shaitan's gonna be out in 2 days, so he's gonna come get you real soon. Don't worry about that. But anyway, based on this experience that I've had this Ramadan, if there is anyone out there that wants to create dawah videos, I highly recommend it. Even if it's just like short videos or like voice notes that you want to send to friends and family over WhatsApp, you'll just learn so much in the process. And there's actually something that's really therapeutic about knowing that you've helped another person get closer to Islam. You know what I'm saying? So try it out, because bruv, you might be the next MC for Tabala.
Always keep it GUSHTI.
Or maybe the next MC Fota Bella? I don't know. What is the female equivalent of MC Fota Bella? Maybe MC Begum? Is there an MC Begum out there? Can I get a ooh ooh? Is there an MC Begum out there? Ooh ooh? Is there an MC Begum out there? Anyway, today's topic is on the ideal marriage age, based off of a question I received from a GUSHTI member called Naima in Canada. She asked, Assalamu alaikum SMASHBengali. Bhai, what's your view on the stigma in Islamic cultures often attached to women who aren't married? I've reached the age of 27 and still haven't found someone. I feel like in most Muslim cultures, if a girl nears 30, she starts to panic and people start thinking there's something wrong with her. What advice would you give? Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Naima. Thank you so much for that question. Firstly, let's just get straight down to business. If there is anyone out there, man, woman, not woman, sorry, if there anyone who wants to marry Naima, please send me your marriage CV and £500 just, you know, for the matchmaking service. Nah, but jokes aside, a really good question, Naima. And before I get into it, one thing we need to be very careful with is using the term Islamic or Muslim cultures, because if you think about it, there's no such thing as an Islamic culture. You just have Islam. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you mean though, in the sense that you're on about cultures that specifically originate from countries that are predominantly Muslim, like Bangladesh, Pakistan, Egypt, Saudi. A lot of these countries, you do see this stigma around both men and women who aren't married by the age of 30. It's almost as though people from these cultures start seeing people that are over the age of 30 like out of date bread, bruv, with a little bit of mold growing on it. I mean, if people had one of those wait, this one doesn't actually have one. Okay, this is just a useless prop now. But anyway, my point is, if people had one of those twisty like sticker, why doesn't this have one? I think my mom threw it away. But anyway, if like people had one of those sticker things with the best before date on their humble, then it would say the age of 30. That was the joke I was going to say, but this ruined it. You're ruining it. Obviously though, Naima, Bicep has got you. Don't worry, there is a solution to all of this. Lie about your age. You're 20. Just stay stuck at 27 for as long as you like. Nah, but jokes aside, in these situations, it is super important to distinguish what is truly from Islam and what is cultural baggage, if you like. Because there is a lot of cultural baggage that people falsely associate with Islam. Because in Islam, there is no stigma attached whatsoever to a person who isn't married by a particular age. There is not a single point in the Quran which I can quote and say, it says here that you need to be married by this age. And the Quran is what we need to follow as Muslims. Not your Auntie Fatima going, as a brother though, Naima, I get exactly where you're coming from. And I'm very aware that this exists within our culture, our Bengali culture. And what I advise to myself, you, or anyone watching is that don't, like, how do I say this? Don't just rush your decision to get married because you're afraid of what people are going to say. Because it's going to be your marriage and someone that you're going to have to live with for the rest of your life. So it's okay to take some time in your life sometimes to try and figure out your own journey, your own life. And okay, I just feel like I'm talking about myself right now, but I hope this applies to you. But it's like, you shouldn't get stressed over those kind of comments, and you should try and take time to make the best possible decision when it comes to your marriage. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, by saying take time, I am not condoning haram relationships. Okay, that is not what I'm... Khalil! Hit the siren! I am not condoning haram relationships, guys. I'm just saying that in general, from my observations, people from our generation are taking longer to get married, and we shouldn't be making people feel bad for not being married by a particular age. In fact, we should be doing the opposite, just encouraging them and helping them with their journey, because there is no point in the Quran that I can quote to you guys where it says here that you need to be married by this particular age. There's no point. So Islamically, you're not doing anything wrong. So why are we making people feel bad in our culture? And I feel like in general anyway, like it is taking longer for our generation to mentally get ready for marriage and just reach adulthood in general. You know what I'm saying? And it makes sense because there are so many things that our generation does that our parents' generation didn't necessarily do. You know what I'm saying? Things that genuinely add time to our lives, but also keep us in a state of mentality where we don't feel ready for marriage. Things like university, for example. Training in roles and working up to a salary where you feel like you could sustain a family. But I think one of the biggest things that adds a chunk of time is the fact that we've been blessed into a generation that has been given the ability to figure out exactly what we want to do with our lives and how we want to shape our careers and the direction we want to take. Like, that's something that we've been blessed with due to the sacrifices that our parents and grandparents made. Like, they didn't have that luxury. With their generation, they were just trying to survive. So all of those kind of things, when you deep it, add a huge chunk of time to when our generation can genuinely be ready for marriage. You know what I'm saying? And that's the main thing. Like, are you ready for marriage, or are you just letting a bunch of people tell you that you need to be ready for marriage? You know what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, you shouldn't let a number set by a generation that had completely different circumstances to us make you feel like there's something wrong with you. Because there isn't anything wrong with you. Allah created you to be beautiful in your own way, with your own beautiful journey. And you'll find the right person for yourself, inshallah, when the timing is right. You just have to make sure that you put yourself out there with the right mentality, with the right effort when you feel ready. For some of you, that might be 20. For some of you, it might be 30. For some of you, it might even be way later than that. And even that's okay, because it will happen at the right time for your journey. And Allah's timing is the best timing. Even Khalil, I mean, even one day he's gonna find someone.
Somebody love Khalil.
And as Muslims, it's very important that we take time to choose very carefully and very wisely. Our Prophet, peace be upon him, left us with some advice. In Sahih Bukhari, he's narrated to have said people marry based off of 4 things: wealth, family status, beauty, and religion. But he said the most important thing to look out for is religion. Because essentially, you just want to be a sick tag team that helps each other get to Jannah. And that is it for this series, my Gushti. It has been such a beautiful experience sharing these videos with you guys. And if you enjoyed it, then don't forget to give this video a big fat ongli. And let me know in the comments down below exactly what you thought. I'm probably not going to upload anything before Eid. So Eid Mubarak to all my amazing Gushti gang. I hope you guys have a beautiful Eid. Keep smiling. Have an amazing day with your family. And get ready because my normal content is coming back now. And let me just tell you guys, I have been working so hard behind the scenes. It's about to come back in a much bigger way. I'm not going to say too much, just going to leave it at that. But guys, honestly, thank you guys so much for letting me do this. It has been such a beautiful experience. I've really enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys really soon. Smash Bengali out. Assalamualaikum.
Yeah, boy. Ding dang a dung dang a ding dang a dung dang. Sasa in the house. Yeah, ding dang a dung dang. Eid Mubarak a ding dang a dung dang. Ding dang a dung dang a ding dang a dung dang.